Okay, welcome back to the Success, Money, Marriage podcast. I'm your co-host, Steve Siebold.
And I am Dawn Siebold.
All right, well, today we're going to talk about taking time to reconnect outside of work. And I think this is a big one because, it's so easy to blend everything together, especially if you're working and you're out of your home. That can be because you never leave. You're at work, you live there, you work there, you play there, whatever, and you've got, sort of this melded life where you never really get away. And it's easy to start treating one another like coworkers because you're just, you're so used to that. And of course, when you have a business, it's 24/7, really. I mean, it's,
right.
People say, well, it's 9 to 5. Well, it's not. Because if you're not doing something, you're thinking about doing something.
Right.
Because you kind of have to survive.
Sure.
So what's your feeling about connecting outside of the office or their home office or whatever?
Well, I think it's really super important. I don't know when you and I ever do it. So here's the funny thing. We'll make a point. No, okay.
Negates the whole idea.
I know, but here's the thing. Here's what we do. Here's what we do. We're going to go, you know what? We're going to take time and we're going to go on a date night, or we're going to spend time not talking about the business. And then we get on the date night and we're at dinner and we're like,
oh,
because we're trying not to talk about business. And so we'll talk about the dogs for a few minutes. Like, oh, you should have seen Luna. That's when he's listening.
Because we don't have kids, that's why.
Right, we don't have children, yeah. So then after we talk about the dogs for 5 minutes, it's like, nice shoes. Are those new? And
I just did get some nice shoes.
I know they were very nice. I know. I saw
really
you speaking them last night. They were good.
Shipped them in from China.
No, they look good. No, but my point is that I think if you are going to make a point everyone should make a point to take weekly time out and say, hey, we're just going to get together and not, outside business, and let's just go have fun, do an activity or do something. That if you are going to commit to doing that, actually do that, or try to do it, do the best you can, and not talk about work the whole time you're there. So we get away and get some activities and do something that is just completely mindless that we do together, that we don't have to think about business. Because for you and I, it has to be an activity. We have to go bowling, or we've got to go to a concert, or we really literally, I think, in my opinion, have to get so far away from work that we just, want to be engrossed in the activity that we're at. That's what I think. What do you think?
I was just taking it all in because the last episode we were talking about listening, and so I'm just really...
No wonder I thought that was a weird look on your face.
I just watched it, and I'm really becoming this...
Hunter, did you see that? It was a really weird look. Like, what are you doing?
I'm becoming a very deep listener after that episode. It's just, I'm almost like, it's almost Zen-like.
Okay.
It's I think it is Zen-like. Yeah, I'm becoming like a Zen master listener. Is there anything...
Don't worry, he won't quit
his... Is that a thing?
He won't quit his day job to try to be a comedian. I'll make sure that y'all all know that.
Zen master... Would you call me Zen master?
No, I would not.
I got really good at it?
No.
Okay, I didn't think you would.
No.
Well,
not even close.
Okay, so I think that... Okay, I agree with you to a point. I think we are good at it in this way. We do get away. We go on the boat. Yep. We go to dinner, we go to lunch. We usually go to lunch. Mm-hmm. That's kind of our thing. We go to lunch, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I think we are really good at that. We do take time to get away. Because we've had offices. We've worked out of our houses over the last 30 years, plus years. But now we live and work in the same place. It's a big place, so we can kind of do everything here. And so I think we're good at getting away. And I will admit, though, we're not good at not talking about business when we're out, because that's really the thing.
That's what I just said. If you were listening,
you did, but I think you didn't give us.
That's what I just said. If that's what you were listening.
I don't think you gave it. As I was listening, as a Zen Master listener that I am.
Okay.
That's zenmasterlistener.com. Check my website out.
Is it a picture of you with that look on your face? No, with that listening look on your face, like. I mean, seriously, you looked like I wasn't
just go into the Zen mode.
Like
I don't know what it is.
Yeah, you looked at me like I wasn't
like
speaking
Swami.
English.
I mean, it's amazing. It's just, I can't explain the level of consciousness is just altered. I mean, amazing. Anyway, that'll be enough for another show. I'll do a whole Zen Master course for you.
Sure.
I'll teach you my secrets.
Okay.
Someday.
So back to being able to take...
You earn it.
To being
Not right
able
now.
to... We actually do a good job of getting away. We don't do a good job of staying away from the business.
We talk about it because, and I think this is why, it's the only thing we really have in common. We don't really have anything else. We don't. I mean, I don't think it's a bad thing. Well, come on. We don't really. Okay, no, I'm not trying to like criticize us, but we don't really have anything else.
No, because I'm really so cool. Oh my God, I'm so cool, and you're such. Oh, Steven is such a nerd.
I'm a nerd.
He wants to be cool, and ladies, we all have men in our lives that want to be cool, and it's like that's so sweet, honey. That's so cute. Oh my God. He wants to be really cool, but he's really a nerd.
Oh, I'm the nerd. I'm the nerd.
I'm the cool one.
I'm the nerd.
No, you really don't have. We don't have anything in common.
Business
is the only thing we have. The dogs. Business and the dogs.
That's good.
Our marriage.
That doesn't really count. Does that really count?
Well, I mean, we're both interested.
Yeah,
well, that's true.
We got this table, and that's all we need.
That's all we need.
It's like Steve Martin.
We got this plant.
That's all I need. I got this microphone. That's all I need. That's all I need.
No, but opposites attract.
No, I'm not saying
each other for business. I don't mean just attract.
See, I went into less Zen master again.
I don't mean like attraction. I mean attract business.
No, but I mean, we really don't. I mean, not too much. I mean, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying.
No, exactly.
I mean, we just don't, because you just have different. I mean, some people are just. I'm just one of those cool people, and you're really not. Mm-hmm. And but that's okay. You're trying.
No, I don't anymore. 38 years, no. I'm done trying.
No, we do, but we do talk too much probably about business, but I mean, we don't really talk about too many other things because we don't really do that many other things together.
Right.
We have separate hobbies and interests, and we never really did. I mean, on a serious note, we never really did have that much in common. I think the thing we had in common, and we're going to do a show on this coming up, is our value system.
Right.
Is the same.
Right.
It's just mirrored.
Right.
Just married. And I honestly think to be married for a long time, and not that because that's a different show.
Right.
But I do want to get your take on this because I really believe this. And we've talked about this briefly over the years, on and off. But I really think that probably if you're going to have, because sometimes they do media, and they'll ask about marriage because I've done some shows on marriage, not on marriage, but on couples and business and that kind of thing, especially lately this year, just because we've been talking about that. At Valentine's Day, I think we did some shows on that, TV shows and whatnot, and the media. And I'd say that if you give me a predictor of success, whether it's a marriage or people are living together, just being together as a couple, whatever, I would say it's common values. Mm-hmm. If they have common values, they got a good shot. If they don't, they're screwed, I think. I don't care how much you're attracted to someone, how much you respect someone. If you don't have a common value system.
Or how cool they are.
Well, yeah, I mean, I kind of
I think that's why it attracted you to me, is that I was so cool.
Yeah, you think?
I think. But, back to the subject that we're talking about on this podcast, without sounding bossy, I do think that a lot of people feel like if they go out and they're a couple and they're working together and living together and they have children, that they can talk about their children, that kind of fills that gap. And I'm not sure that's necessarily the right thing to do because, again, it's something that you guys have in common, but talking about children, us talking about the dogs, I mean, to really have a conversation and get away and not be family-oriented and just have a great conversation and have fun, I think is really important. Like, again, I mentioned, it's not that you couldn't, obviously we all go talk about our kids and our dogs and our pets, but one of the things that really I enjoy that we do is we do activities. So we may not have a lot in common, but we'll go to a concert or we'll go to an event that you enjoy. You'll go to an event that I enjoy. We go on vacation and it kind of takes that away. We go to the yacht club and we both like to boat. So I do think if you can just find one thing that you can do that has nothing to do with the kids, the dogs or the business, and just enjoy each other's company, that it's very helpful to be able to do that, not maybe once a week, but at least once a month.
Did it sound cool when I said we go to the yacht club? Just so you know, we do go to the yacht club. It's called the University Yacht Club. It's here in Georgia, about 3 miles from our house. But we have a pontoon boat, not a yacht. Well, we call it a pontoon yacht, but it's a pontoon boat.
Pretty much a pontoon boat.
Just so you know, because I didn't sound a little pretentious when I said yacht club. It is a yacht club, but... We have a pontoon boat. Yeah, we're in the small section of the very small, so small. We're not even almost recognized at the yacht club.
Yeah, very few things you say I think look cool, but that wouldn't be one of them.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if you want to think it looks cool, you can do that.
See, when you talk about children, I think that's a good point. I have one child. She's 58. Her name's Dawn. And,
so just tell everybody how old I am right now, because that's not a thing for women. And everybody know
I'm so sorry. Did I do that? I'm sorry.
Just put it right out there.
You attacked me first, right from the beginning of the episode.
Out there. Okay, just so you know.
And I'm younger, by the way.
Just so you know, most women would walk off.
You're a cougar. You know that? I never called you a cougar on the air, but you're a cougar. I'm younger. I'm 57. Cougar.
Yeah, actually, it has to be a few more years to be.
I don't think so. I don't think that's a thing. I think if you're older at all, you're a cougar.
Okay.
Which
so
means,
you're just writing your own rules now?
I'm like a babe in the woods. I mean, I'm like an innocent fawn.
First of all, you've never been innocent, and you're definitely not a babe. So.
Oh man, I don't think that sounded good.
No, that's not in our script.
It's not. But I do think that you're right. I mean, when you get away, I think it's really hard for us to not talk about the business. Mm-hmm. It's really most of what we do. Right. And probably people watching or listening or both that are in business, the business kind of takes over your life. It's hard for people say, well, there's got to be, we've heard people say this too, and I get it. It makes sense. There's got to be barriers. You got to have boundaries, mm-hmm. Which is really important. Okay, it's 6 o'clock. It shuts off. Mm-hmm. Easy to say, hard to do, because your lifeblood is on the line. You're thinking I dream about it all night. I dream about the business almost every night or something with the business, mm-hmm. every night. Literally, I mean, almost. Not maybe every night. Because we love doing it too.
Okay, I was going to say, you're going the negative, like you're...
No, not negative.
Okay, but you're making it sound like we love what we do.
No,
and
but I know.
Like creating, you like creating, and we like talking about it.
Yeah.
Steve creates something, I like figuring out the details of how we can do it. So it's a very, very fun activity for us to talk about business. We're not talking about it because we have to. We're talking about it because we want to. And you come up with great ideas. I mean, he's very highly creative, which energizes me and stimulates me. And so there's a lot that goes into that. So not everyone is in a stimulating business like we are.
True.
That's because you're in the creative business, so it's like, hey, I can't, I go out of town for a weekend and I can't wait to get back to go, okay, what has he done now? What did you do? Give me an idea, give me something that you're creating, because it's just stimulating for me. So not everyone is in that process, but, just to sum up, I really do feel that I've seen couples that have been in business together that, again, couples that are in business together 24/7 that don't take the time, and that starts to separate them emotionally and kind of, I think intimately when it comes to the relationship, because one starts to feel like a business partner and not a lover or a wife or a girlfriend or just a friend. And that's super important to keep that connection, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe what it is get away. I mean, my last thought on this would be, okay, to reconnect, get away from your office or your house if you work out of your house. Get into some third place, some place, or second place if you work out of your house. Somewhere away, so you're just, if your surroundings are different. And then if you enjoy talking about the business, talk about it. But if you can change the subject, I think it'd probably be good. We do enjoy talking about it. I mean, it's fun, but it is also probably it's the main thing we have in common as well. Right. But I think otherwise, and for us, I think this has worked. Like you said, you go to an activity, go to a concert, or go bowling, or we go to the yacht club and have dinner, or go on the boat, or whatever, talk to people there, whatever. And it just kind of gets you away from it, something a little bit different. So you're not in the same context with each other all the time. It's not just work.
Right.
It's a little bit different.
I agree.
That's kind of I know I'm not saying we're great at this or anything, as you can probably tell by now, but it has worked for us.
Right.
Not all the time. We failed at it too, but that'd be my last thought on that. Just work at it. I think that's, and we do work at that. I think we try.
We have to make an effort. I mean, for some people, they want to get away. I mean, I have, we have other entrepreneurs that work together and they can't wait to get away. And so if you're not one of those people that naturally want to get away, we have to work on it. We have to schedule time. We specifically, dogs and movies, we specifically set up time to be able to be away from everything. And if you have to make it an effort, it's worth making the effort.
Yeah. I mean, we were just up in Chicago. My brother just sold his company, him and his wife, and did real well with it. And they've been running it for a long time. And we said, Don, I said, what are you going to do? And he said, oh, you could be kidding me. I'm so glad to be away. I don't have to collect money. I don't have to chase money anymore. Mm-hmm. It's fantastic. They're glad, I think at least they're glad to be away from it. Now they're going to play pickleball in their place in Florida, and tennis and golf and whatever they want to do, which is great. I think, I don't really know, but I mean, they're glad to be away from it, whereas I can't imagine our lives without our business, because we love doing it, so we're lucky in that way. So I guess to your point, if someone's watching or listening to this, and you don't, you want to get away from it, then it's probably easy not to talk about it, because you think, God, let's get away. Right. I mean, if I had a job I didn't like or a business I didn't like, I'd be like that too. But if you love it, but even if you do love it, I think maybe it's good to try to separate it as much as you can. Do something outside you can't. When you play tennis, and you have to focus on your tennis, because tennis is a game you have to concentrate. You can't think about the office.
Right.
Yeah. I think it's probably the best advice I would have.
Yeah.
Just keep working at it
at the end of the day. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks for watching. We appreciate it, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Bye-bye.